What we are talking about as we go into November is we are looking at an economy that we never thought we would see. We are looking at mandates that we never thought would happen. But one of the mandates we are talking about is Obamacare. And as we talk about Obamacare, we have to look at what that means to the citizens of South Carolina. We are talking about, right off the bat, almost $1 billion to the people of South Carolina. We cannot sustain that. We just found out from the Attorney General's office that we are going to have to spend from the state of South Carolina $20 million this January. We don't have it. We don't know how we're going to get it. Any citizen that does not participate in mandated health care will be fined $700 per person, or 2.5% of their income, whichever is greater, should they not participate. All we have to do is look at Canada and see what's happened. That you can get diagnosed with an illness and it will be months to a year and maybe longer before you get treated. We have to fight this. We are not going to be victims to this process. We are going to fight it the whole step of the way. We have great people like Tim Scott that we are going to send to Congress that's going to fight it, say we don't need to have it. And as we send these great people to Congress to fight for us to repeal it, we've got to have governors on the ground that are going to fight it back home for the citizens of our state. You are going to see the Haley administration not sit back and be victims to this health care mandate. We are not going to accept it and say this is what happened. I am going to get a coalition of governors across this country that stand up and say, rather than mandating health care on our citizens, rather than fining us $700 or 2.5% of our income, whichever is greater, what we need you to do is allow us to incentivize small businesses to offer health care. Allow us to reform Medicaid that takes abuses out of the system. Allow us to pass tort reform like Texas did, where we go to a loser pay system and we cap non-medical damages. That's what we will do in the state of South Carolina. And what we need the federal government to do is allow insurance companies to cross state lines so that we have affordable insurance so that we can all get health care. Those are the answers. So we are going to start having conversations to where we say not just no, but we're giving solutions. We're giving state solutions. We're giving federal solutions. And so why we are here today is because we are sending Tim Scott to Washington so that he can fight for us there and fight to repeal it. But we have got to have a governor that's going to fight it on the ground, stand with the Attorney General, say no, we're not going to take it, and we're going to fight it every step of the way. My opponent, Senator Shaheen, has said he supports Obamacare. I am telling you, not only do I not support it, I'm going to fight for every person in the state of South Carolina so that we control what happens, we control our tax dollars, and we control our health care. So with that, I'm going to... Thank you. So with that, I am telling you that I have an absolute commitment to our federal delegation. I have a commitment to fight from the state level. I have a partnership that I know that we're going to have with the federal delegation that we're sending up there, and there is nothing I could be prouder than to be able to say we're sending Tim Scott to Congress. And so with that, I will pass it over to him. Thank you.
Well, aren't y'all excited to be here today with Nikki Haley?
Yeah.
Not only am I standing next to the next governor of South Carolina, I'm standing next to a strong mama. I tell you, I like that for a couple of reasons, because me and the doctor, we were standing there and she looked back and said, stand up straight. I like a governor who pays attention to the details. So let's talk about the details of Obamacare and what it does to the people of our country and not for the people of our country. $1.2 trillion of new expenses on all Americans. The latest estimate takes it closer to $2 trillion. $570 billion of new taxes on every citizen in our country. $52 billion of new taxes on small business owners like myself. I cannot pay higher taxes and hire more people. I can't do both. But worse, Article 1, Section 8 of the United States Constitution, under the enumerated powers, you simply cannot find health care. Therefore, it's a state sovereignty issue. Our state should decide the future of health care for this country, one state at a time. I'm standing next to the next governor of South Carolina, and her voice is being heard, and it is consistent with your voice. No, not now, not ever, period. Now we'll have a member of the medical community continue to talk about how awful it is when you break the intimate relationship between a physician and a patient. We need to make sure that we keep those patients in the hands of physicians, doctors, healthcare, not in the hands of bureaucrats who will drive up our cost and lower our care and cost us lives.
So what I want to do is end with this. We have a choice to make in November. We can send people to Washington that are going to support Obamacare, or we can send people to Washington that are going to fight Obamacare. We can elect a governor that's going to sit back and watch it happen, or we can elect a governor that's going to fight every step of the way and say, you can't do this. These are states' rights. You are not going to charge the citizens of our state. We will take care of our states. We will take care of our health care, and no to Obamacare. So when we get out there in November, the most important thing we are having to deal with is jobs, is health care, is taxes. It is time to rein this back in, to remember that government was intended to secure the rights and freedoms of the people. It was never intended to be all things to all people. So Senator Shaheen, I tell you, we cannot afford Obamacare. We cannot afford you. I will tell you, under the Haley administration, we will fight for you. We will work for you, and we will get our country back. Thank you very much. God bless you. I appreciate it.